Hey everyone, as you can see there is no effects here. I'm filming to you before we start the episode. I would like to announce that today's episode is a donation episode. Let me explain. So I've been wanting to give back to people that have been suffering with the whole coronavirus and COVID-19 struggles, trying to give back to people that are helping and try to give back to people that deserve it. And I found an organization that I would like you guys to all consider and give a donation to, the Good Fight Foundation. The Good Fight Foundation was founded by one of my favorite UFC fighters and the former interim lightweight champion, Dustin the Diamond Poirier. It is a non-profit organization that is based off of Louisiana, and it helps the local communities and other people in the world by making a difference with your donation. Now, I want to just say right now that unfortunately YouTube has a restriction in terms of YouTube fundraisers. You can't do it unless you reach 100K subs. However, though, that hasn't stopped me because I have the link to the PayPal where you can donate for yourself. So I am advising and hoping with all of you in goodwill, in the kindness of your heart, that you please donate to the Good Fight Foundation. It is very cheap. You can donate anything you want and it will help go a long way in their fight to help others that are in need. Now, Dustin and the Good Fight Foundation, if you are watching this video, let me just say, Dustin, you are truly an inspiration. You are not one of only my favorite fighters, but you are truly an icon in my view, and you inspire me to be a better person every single day of my life. I wish I could be like you, and I would wish to meet you, but that's a long shot, and I'm considerably a smaller YouTuber on the platform. But I want to say thank you for the kindness and hard work that you do, and to the Good Fight Foundation, keep up the strong work with all your support. So everybody, please go donate to the Good Fight Foundation. All of the money and the proceeds, 100%, are going to go to the Good Fight Foundation, and on top of that, any money that we make on this video, I am going to add that on top of the donation that I will personally be making to the Good Fight. So any money from this video will help go for the cause. So what are you waiting for, guys? Make sure you donate, and if you'd like to let me know if you've donated, you can email me. My business email is in the About tab, and if you have donated and would like to be shouted out in a future video, please let me know your thoughts down below. But now we got that out of the way, let's get it going. Coming up on today's episode of Technoid, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, there is a lot more press releases, actual images of the watch, not renders, real releases. We're going to take a look at the software, we're going to take a look at the watch models, we're going to take a look at the watch and basically give you an idea of if this is a worthy watch, if you're looking for a fancy watch. Also on today's episode, Apple is in the headliner once again. You know, we just can never, but it's about their new ARM-based Macs with the performance scores and the benchmark. I'll break that down in today's episode. And also today, we're going to take a look at some Google News. Got a few things I want to talk to you about. And I have to address the whole Apple charging brick from my last video. I have some things I want to follow up on. All that on today's episode, so stay tuned. Yo, what's happening, everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to Technoid. I hope you all are doing well in this considerable day, and I hope you all are having an excellent day as well. Now, guys, as you saw at the beginning of the video, this episode is going to be a charity episode. Like I said, if you want to get a rehash of what I said, just replay the beginning of the video. But all that stuff out of the way, I want to get right to the news. I want to give you everything you need to know, so let's get it going. Now, before we talk about any news, I do need to address the video I made on Monday. Now, if you guys didn't see my Monday episode where I talked about the iPhone not shipping with a charger brick, then you will know I had a couple choice of words, and I was definitely not favor in its perspective with Apple removing the charging brick and the earpods. The earpods I was okay with, but the charging brick was something else. Well, since then, a lot more people have talked about it, and there has been a new case of some people supporting it, but there is actually a legitimate case, and one that I would consider in an argument against the removal of the brick, the eco-positives that come out of it. By removing the earpods and the brick, according to some outlets, it helps to reduce the making of plastic, it helps to keep our planet safer, and helps with the eco-friendly environment. Now, that is definitely a worthy argument, but the thing that I would argue against it is that this shouldn't have to be a factor if Apple just made a fast charger and included it, because normally people don't use the 5-watt chargers or the earpods. So the earpods, I could separate that. But the charging brick, they should have had the fast charger in the box to begin with. That way you wouldn't be wasting plastic and people would still be using it. So I feel there is always going to be a counter back and forth, but I can understand that perspective. And also, guys, if there is any argument or any case that you would like to argue with me about the removal of the charging brick, definitely comment them. Just let me know. I am not a unwilling person. I like to debate, and also I like to give people a fair chance. So now that we've addressed that, let's get to the news story. So the first story up, before we talk about the Galaxy Watch, I got two stories I want to mention. So story number one, let's stay with Apple and talk about the Mac. So as you know, the Mac is making the switch to ARM-based processors. And right now, guys, there are some intriguing things coming out of the ARM-based processors because, according to Extreme Tech, the bench scores have been released from Geekbench 5 showing the ARM-based processor performances with the developer Mac bench scores with the ARM-based processor. Now, take into consideration, these are also the processors used in the iPad Pro. This is the A12Z, so this is the score that you're seeing on a Mac. And right now, at first glance, you're probably saying, it doesn't look that powerful. But remember, this is early development. They've still got a long way to go. These are the early parts. They will still have a chance to optimize and also make it a little bit faster. But right now, taking a look at the Geekbenches, I'm going to be honest, I am kind of impressed, but also not impressed because I've seen better performance from the iPad with those A-series chip, but you gotta remember they're running two different softwares and they definitely have different multitasking and different things to work with. So hopefully by the end result, we will be seeing better performances and better things come out of Apple as time goes on. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's head over to Google. Now, the last story before I talk about the Galaxy Watch is Google. Google has come out and announced that they will be hosting a smart house event that will not only show off their smart home products, but any improvements made to the Google Assistant with these products. Now, let me just say this right now, do not expect the Google Pixel 4a. I don't know why, but forget it. Just expect it to be Nest products, expect it to be about their home products, and a little bit about the Google Assistant. So this event is scheduled to happen on July 8th. Because of the canceled I/O conference, this will take the place and help to spread out anything that they can. Now, it is said to be a 45-minute keynote, so it's not going to be too long and drawn out, but some rumors are suggesting that we could see a subscription for the home security cameras, improvements on the Google Assistant, as I said before, maybe a new mini smart speaker. There are some things to speculate about this, but the main thing is if you're into this kind of stuff, just watch it for the smart devices. Don't go in looking for Android 11 or the Google 4a. Just don't. Now we reach the Samsung Galaxy Watch. So as you know, I've been talking about the Galaxy Watch in depth, the newest model that's supposed to come out, and since the early talkings, a lot of news is starting to come out and a lot of things are starting to point about the Galaxy Watch. For starters, the watch was leaked. An actual press release image of the watch was leaked by Evan Bliss on Twitter, or Blast, whatever you want to call him. I get the names mixed up at times. But he has released the images on his Twitter, and these are official. These aren't renders. These aren't something that somebody created. He claims these are actual press images. And I gotta say, they do look pretty convincing, but sometimes I have been known to be wrong. But if we take a look at the crown and the strap, you can see that it is a completely different watch from the active line, and it's very similar to the previous Galaxy Watch, but it looks a lot more fine-tuned. Instead of it looking too bulky and big, this looks like it has a new minimal profile, and it has a nice amount of detail and depth to it. Now taking a look at the software end, this is where Max Winnebatch comes out on Twitter with his own software leak images of the watch, harvesting the new Tizen OS platform revamp that will also be coming to the active line as well with a software update. But we see also how new the stock watch apps look. Now taking a look at the applications themselves, they look very, very realistic. I gotta say, Samsung is really starting to step up their game when it comes to the realistic detail. Because like I've said it before, watchOS is an impressive OS for your watch. Now that Tizen and Samsung are working together and they have this watchOS kind of competitor, so the wearables, this is very nice from Samsung, and I really like the way it looks because it has the One UI skin, but it's now starting to take on some three-dimensional factors and starting to feel more real and smoother as the experience goes. So my only hope with the Galaxy Watch 3 is that they continue to make it more professional in terms of business look. It also would continue with specs because it will have Samsung in-house built CPU, so you're going to want to have long-term performance, software support, but most notably, it would have to be classy. And I think that's where they're going with this watch. This is aimed for the classier people that don't want to wear the active watch, because the active watch is for people that do sports and things like that. So this watch is completely in its own reign, and I definitely think this is going to be awesome. So I would advise you all to please check out the Galaxy Watch 3 rumors, to keep your eye on them, and make sure you follow up on my channel for any updates when they come out. Some are saying it's going to come out in July, but fingers crossed. That's it for today's episode of Technoid. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody, and peace.